Alright, right into the thick of it. First topic of discussion, the murder weapon. I see we're given multiple things this time. Good, it's not stupidly easy. But we already know it's the dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yes.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
It was not! No, I missed!
That
I
certainly
missed it.
would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Great, so I missed the bullet. The weapon used was definitely the dumbbell. Also, because this didn't happen in the first trial, I should make note, every time we get to the end of the line, the statements are going to repeat again.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
It was not, Hero!
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime?
Yes.
It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Alright, let's do this. So we gotta think again. We got the same 3 bullets here. It's probably the case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
Oh.
I'm sure. Case closed.
Just silently. No, my bad.
As far as I'm concerned.
Nope, that's the wrong thing. I have to figure out which is...
That's impossible!
Okay.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, you
Well,
slowed down by
I mean-
accident.
Come on! There's just no proof for it.
You are wrong! There is evidence!
No, that's wrong! I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
You dumb freaking weeb!
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Thank you, Hina.
In every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Well, that was quick.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why has this gotta be so complicated?
I'll tell you why. It's because it's Danganronpa. It's needlessly complicated for obvious reasons. It's because she has schizophrenia, which is split personality, dissociative identity disorder. But for some reason, they decided to call it schizo in this game, which I guess is short for schizophrenia, but it rarely makes any sense. S. Give me an S. Schizo. Z. 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 Are you kidding? Thank you. Oh. Oh. Thank you. We're done here.
Now I understand.
That answer screws with everyone. Everyone hates it.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yes, otherwise known as schizophrenia.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
No duh, Makoto!
Melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
It's like, you had no calling tone to your voice. You can't assign adjectives to my tone! What kind of rebuttal is that?
Within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
I think she may or may not be busted.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Because we investigated it.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this?
Yeah, because we know because it's in the library archive. Also, he's the affluent prodigy, or as I like to call it, the ultimate prick, who happens to know everything, because of course he does.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh, she's admitted it.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Okay, Togami's kind of an asshole and we all know that.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
Yeah, well, you should have known better than to trust a prick.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Prick!
What a disappointment.
I hate you.
That is justified.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards, and a huge thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second, we get the best character in the entire freaking game.
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
It's about time!
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
I'm the murderer. He's like, the f are you talking about?
What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
I think that only cares if you're in a relationship, or matters if you're in a relationship. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to do that. I freaking like this character a lot.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Okay.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then, it
it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
I freaking knew it. Of course she's not the culprit. They have to pad out the runtime. Except I already knew this because I already know everything about the plot of this stupid game.
The modus operandi matches completely.
Oh, I got absorbed. I got absorbed. I messed up.
Give it up. You killed her.
Except she didn't, Byakuya. You're just padding things out. So let me just solve this.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
What? Oh, I was on the wrong bullet, wasn't I? It was on the desk lamp and not the staff of the body.
Shoot!
Well, that's the first time I've missed in this playthrough. That's embarrassing.
Matches completely.
Shut up, prick.
No, that's
You're wrong.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Yes.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Why does she look horny about that?
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
No.
In all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Yes, Makoto.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Yeah, the answer's in the phrase there. Girl. She doesn't kill girls. She kills guys.
I got it!
They were all guys?
Yeah. You know, that's also something very interesting, because this kind of brings up something in regards to how serial killers work. Because serial killers typically have something called a signature, and I don't just mean the bloody message part, but serial killers usually murder in a very specific way that tends to be unique to them alone. So, in Genocide Jack case, it is indeed the bloody message, the crucifixion, and in this case as well, the victim being killed, which, as mentioned, is all the victims are guys.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? You kill people! You could have said that earlier, Mondo. That would have been a much more accurate time to say that.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the monkey side of me just hates it!
So you do like gay marriages.
You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
Haha, take that, prick!
Why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Yeah, that's the other thing. This is a killing game where if you get caught, you die. So, yeah, there's no way that the actual serial killer would use their serial killer motive. Because, you know, it's a dumbass move.
That does make some amount of sense. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world! Scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
You shouldn't have asked her that. The way that she said, that was literally the John Cena. He's like, are you sure about that? It's like, there's none of your fabled murder weapons in here. Are you sure about that? She has a ton of them on her, does she?
Da-da-da-da!
Yep.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can, you gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. That rope's totally out of the question anyway!
Either way, I think it's pretty clear. This isn't Genocide Joe's doing.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Yeah, there's actually one person that knew the information. And it also happens to be the person that we were investigating with. Hello, prick.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Yeah, be silent, you prick.
The reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
I mean, he could do that, but given the logic of this game, I think that would have been a bit too obvious. I mean, if you're trying hard to pin the crime on someone, then that's probably gonna draw suspicion towards you. Has nobody else thought of this?
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
That would make sense. If we had already known that the victim was a girl already. But you suggested that before we saw Chihiro's body. Which means that was before we saw the victim. And of course there were also guys missing from the meeting when it happened, so that doesn't mean that the victim could exclusively be a girl.
Byakuya
that's wrong.
was acting kind of weird before we found the body. Like he was acting weird.
Oh, I messed up on that.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim
I'm messing up the controls.
was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker
I keep messing out because I'm trying to figure out what the absorb button is.
There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I really should have looked at the controls first.
Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
You would think it would be the absorb button.
How?
Alright, stop. Stop. I really should look back at the, I really gotta look back at the controls now because I'm an idiot. That's concentration. Oh, it's cold. I'm a moron.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Hero.
But we didn't know that!
No, it's wrong! Up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Excellent! Brilliant! Nobody knew about this beforehand because everyone here is a freaking dumbass.
Never seen that rope before in my life.
Nope, I missed. Got it!
No, it's wrong! I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Yep, your bullcrap argument no longer holds.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Yep.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, unconcerned, like he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
No, it's not that obvious, Mondo.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right.
I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah, get wrecked, prick. I've seen through your arguments.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Your proof is some posters?
Let me explain.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Yeah, I think it's kind of strange you said that instead of breasts earlier.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
What, you mean she got plastic surgery?
Maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that it was scrubbed away. The carpets were just moved. Which, last I checked, I believe this. Nope, wrong one.
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Nope, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Oh, that was quick.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Nope.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
We're not done yet, Kiyotaka. It's still too early. Is that it then? Chihiro was in the girls' locker room, Byakuya was the one who did it? Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
She didn't have to say anything before, Mondo. She has like 120 IQ. She only speaks when she needs to. Because you brainless don't understand Jack.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Yes, we shall go. Before we even knew it, the class trial had been put on hold. And with the class trial on hold, I can put this episode on hold. So we're going to pause right here.